Hi, I'm Melissa Stokel. I'm one of the elementary school instructional specialists here in Warren. And today we're going to go through some of the digital resources in Think Central.
Hi, I'm Michelle Sabula. I'm a K-5 instructional specialist.
So the quiz on Friday is just going to be spelling 10 words and using 5 in the sentence to show they know how to use it.
An instructional specialist supports the teachers in the use of instructional strategies and research-based practices and finding new ways to solve problems in the classroom.
Every day looks different. We do use a website called Book Me Now, and teachers can go on and they can make appointments with us. So oftentimes teachers create my day.
Our daily appointments are individual. So Melissa works with 2 of the elementary schools and I work with the other 2.
You know that visual, the Venn diagram with all 3 practices? I think we can put that can be like on the front of the blog.
Yes, because it has the language arts and science. I love
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
We have different energies. I think we have equal excitement when it comes to like learning and finding new things.
Warren teachers want to excel and they want to expand, and they need a sounding board and they need somebody to kind of run ideas by. So that's been really fun for Melissa and myself, because we've actually been able to hear different ideas and to be part of creating some really sound instructional practices for the teachers. So it's been a lot of fun.
We were looking for a way to continue our professional development. And as an extension of curriculum, as an extension of instruction, we knew the idea of an instructional coach could create an environment where our teachers don't just learn and then they're done on their own. They have the ability to reach out, get support, and actually continue their learning as they're implementing it in the classroom.
So in addition to our blog, Melissa and I have a Pinterest page. What's great about Pinterest is it's all visual. And so teachers can actually see the resource that we're talking about right away. Instead of having to read about it, it's a great visual and it's very organized.
Yeah, that's right, this bird is. He can't get the thing, so he puts another word in there so that makes a word go on. So anyway, I'll pin this.
Pin that.
We find a lot of trends and that's when we come together, and like Melissa just said, that's when we are like, you know what, we need a coffee club on that. We need a lunch and learn. We need to talk to curriculum about that. So that's very, very helpful.
I did the lunch and learn. I haven't done my coffee clutch yet. Not much of a morning person, but I have done the lunch and learns. I read their blog. I think they've really have developed some very creative ways to not only get into the classroom and work one-on-one with teachers or in small groups, but also offer their knowledge in a wider setting so that more people would be able to participate. And just, I think, having your colleagues get together and sharing ideas, I think that's oftentimes when we learn the most about how we can move our program forward.
They do a morning coffee talk for early bird teachers who like to come in and get started right away with their day. They'll be there to talk about new learning, things they can implement in their classrooms. They do lunch and learns for teachers who very frequently like to work right through their lunch. Melissa and Michelle are available for them during that time. And they will also stay after school and meet with them. They do demo lessons, they go into the classrooms, they'll model with them, they'll model for them. Pretty much anything a teacher needs, they are there to support them.
This is our partial product. Are you starting to realize why they call it a partial product?
They're the perfect mediators between what we as administration see as a need and what teachers need to feel empowered. So both their personalities, their skill sets, and their levels of energy are most impressive in terms of what they can deliver to the district.
What's most impressed me is the collaborative nature that they've created with the staff here at Woodland School. They really work well with staff members as well as students when they're in the classrooms and helping even individual students.
I think one of the sort of subtle things that having an instructional specialist and this sort of support network does is that it gives teachers the sort of support that they need to have the confidence that they can try new things and take risks.
They are an excellent resource for me as a special education teacher. I am always trying to make sure that my students can access the same material as
their peers, and they have such a knowledge about each facet of curriculum.
Michelle and I did like a lot of searching last year. Why are there only, 8 math practices? Why don't they change from grade to grade? How do they differ from the standards? So what we found is the standards are basically like the what, okay? That's what you're teaching at each grade level. The math practices, on the other hand, are the how. Those are kind of like the different tools that the students need in order to solve the problems at their grade level.
One thing that I've been using in the classroom, which has been very beneficial, is guided math. And that is where I wasn't doing this before. I have to say that a lot of my instruction was teacher directed.
One of the areas that really has stood out is this approach called guided math in the elementary grades. This is something that became kind of like a grassroots type of thing that happened in a coffee meeting that the teachers did in the morning.
I break my groups, my class into 3 groups, and I work with one group while another group does work on their own, practice work usually on their own, and another group will do math fluency on iPads. And then we rotate, and the children really love that. They just love the different things to do during the math block, and I get to work with each group individually.
That was something that really took off across the district, where lots of teachers were doing it in all of the buildings. It wasn't just 1 or 2, it became many teachers doing it, which was very powerful.
For a teacher to look at me and be like, it works, it's really working, that's rewarding. Those aha moments when you think you can't do something and you wind up doing it and it all works out, those are my favorite.
I think it's rewarding to see something that started with a conversation, go viral, and other teachers are talking about it in other grades and in other classrooms, and something that just started as a question from a teacher became almost like a movement.